Hi everyone, here I'm continuing with my sock experiment working on the shorties. So I worked the cuff on the first sock, and then I worked the cuff on the second, and then I did the color work for up to the heel. And I'm working, because I'm just going to make shorty socks on my shorties, and now I'm going to go back to the color work on the second sock. And so I am pulling from the inside and the outside of the ball for both socks. And this one's set up here. So since I'm pulling from the inside and the outside of the ball, I'm making sure that I'm pulling from the inside both times if I'm working on this first sock. And now when I work on the second sock, I'm going to pull from the outside both times. I'm just going to make sure that my skein is oriented the right way. So I'm going to turn my skein and make sure that the yarn comes off that orientation and doesn't get wrapped around the other yarn coming from the center of the ball. So just make sure that your skein is oriented the right way. And I'm going to do the same for the second ball of yarn. I'm just going to pull from the outside and make sure that my skein is facing the right way so the yarn comes just off the skein and doesn't get wrapped around the other one from the inside. All right, so now I'm going to join the second color. And I'm putting just a little tension on the new yarn with my right hand as I get started, and I am just letting both strands come over my index finger and picking the yarn with my right needle. I am just experimenting. I feel like I need those 3 fingers to hold on, and so that's why I'm letting the yarn come over my index finger. But I have experimented with splitting the yarn with my middle finger, and that seems to help a little bit. I split the yarn and then I still let it come over my index finger. But I think it's just a lot of trial and error to see what feels comfortable, and I'm finding that as I go along, I'm switching methods too. And sometimes one feels more comfortable, sometimes the other. But in general, this seems to be working okay. And I'm not worrying too much about how they're, like I'm not always pulling the red or the pink from the top and the purple from the bottom. They might get twisted sometimes, but only between when I'm switching colors, not when I'm actually knitting between the 2 colors.